At the start of 2021, I challenged myself to run a minimum of 5 kilometers every single day of the year. Today is day 200 and a lot has changed. My body has changed, my mind has changed. My 5k time has improved by almost 6 minutes. I ran my first ever marathon and so much more. By the end of this video, we'd have covered why I decided to set myself this goal, all of my challenges and victories along the way, and last but most certainly not least, a discussion on whether creating a running streak of your own is something I'd recommend. And so without further ado, please accept my warm welcome to episode 1 of Move More. So I'll start by saying the reason why I set myself this challenge could be a whole video in itself. And so to save you guys an earful, I've broken it down into 2 main points. First and foremost, contribution. At the start of 2020, I referred myself for some mental health support from a UK charity known as Mind. I used their services for the entire year totally free of charge. And so I wanted to come up with a way to kind of give back. Running every day for a whole year just felt like the perfect challenge to create a fundraising page, which I have linked in the description of this video. I've set the target as £365, which is a direct reflection of every day that I'll run. And if you are interested in donating, any amount is greatly appreciated. Just think, if everyone here donated 10 pence, we would smash our target. Secondly, consistency. At the start of this year, I was craving something that I could practice every single day. I decided to apply some logic here, and I felt because running has the ability to put a smile on my face, make me feel generally happier and more accomplished, then surely by running every day, the result will be a generally happier lifestyle. And 200 days later, whilst I still think that is mostly true, I think what I was directly referring to is just emotional stability. And I know it's a very typical YouTuber thing to say, but the daily practice of running became a meditation of itself. It's opened up a whole new platform for gratitude. Every single day, I'm thankful for the ability to run and for practicing something that benefits my body. It's safe to say some days are far easier than others. Over the last 3 or so days, I've been experiencing some very mild injuries. I started experiencing shin splints, which, if you haven't experienced them before, is kind of a pain that runs from your ankle to your knee, unsurprisingly where your shin exists, and it's brought on from high impact exercise such as running. The pain just got increasingly worse, and given that it was only day 9 of 365, I kind of adopted that no pain, no gain mentality because I just really didn't want to give up on this challenge so early in. So after a trip to the physio, things started looking up. I was given exercises which promote better running form, as well as shown how to massage my legs whenever they felt tight or painful. Fatigue was more of an issue earlier into this year, but still, there are some weeks where, regardless of how much time and energy I invest into recovery, my legs still feel heavy, they still feel tight, sluggish, and I just generally feel tired. Also, I love to be active, and so balancing other physical activities on top of running can be a challenge at times. For example, whenever I'm out skating, I have to be so wary of injury, and it's so easy to roll your ankle or hit your knee or do anything of that sort, which has such a huge impact on running. And so that's just constantly going through my mind, which kind of takes away the enjoyment a little. Lastly, there have been 2 days of the last 200 in which I felt genuinely unwell. I look back on those 2 days in particular with a smile on my face because honestly, the whole way around that run, I'm pretty sure I'm crying. I'm pretty sure I'm physically crying, like, why am I doing this? However, I've learned that these are the days which count the most. If you can still turn up on the days where everything is telling you not to, it becomes far easier to turn up on the days where nothing is stopping you.
It's been a long time since you look back. You wanna wait some time, I understand. It's gonna take some time to feel it out. And she said,
Victories have been abundant throughout this process, and they surfaced quickly. A goal I set myself on day one was to be able to run 5k in under 20 minutes by the end of the year. I gave myself the entire year to achieve that goal because running wasn't easy. However, come day 55, I ran a sub 25k. 15 days later, I ran it in less than 19 minutes for a time of 18:51. If you're familiar with endurance sports, you'll know you can't run a personal best every day, every week, or even every month, which is why it took almost 100 days to run my current PB of 17:03. My fastest 5k in January was 22:49, and again, my current PB is almost a 17-minute flat, which, rounding up, is an improvement of almost 6 minutes. And so my first victory throughout this is, well, firstly just becoming a better runner, but secondly just smashing the goal of running a sub 25k. So it's day 114 of running every day. Got my coffee. It's the morning of the 10-mile virtual race with my running club. I've been super excited leading up until this point, but I don't know, I just woken up this morning and nerves, man. Like, it's ideally I want to run these 10 miles in roughly 1 hour 10 minutes. If I am able to do it, then it's showing clear-cut progression. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. It was the perfect setup for a personal best. I mean, the weather was amazing, there was a big group of us, the stronger runners in the group were out the front, pacing it. 7.5 miles in, I felt like I had 0 left to give. I was aiming for a time of 1 hour 10 minutes, and with my pace dropping off, I had to run a negative split, which we managed, so. Another notable achievement was running my first marathon. I ran it round an athletics track, which is 105 loops. With transparency, it wasn't all too challenging, but I still consider it a victory because it shows how far I've progressed as a runner. Prior to this, running anything more than 8 miles, my legs would struggle, whereas now I can comfortably run longer distances. My short answer is yes, I would absolutely recommend this to others and to you watching this video, but there are some considerations. Firstly, it's critically important that you start small. Forget the 5k a day, just focus on running every day. I'm literally suggesting you go for a 1 kilometer to 1 mile run. You really don't want to be exceeding that at first. There are no ifs, buts or maybes. If you go too far too soon, you will injure yourself. There is just no avoiding it. Secondly, it's vitally important you figure out what easy running feels like to you. In the running world, your effort gets broken down into zones. Zone 1 is your warm-up. Zone 2 and 3 is where you'll spend 80% of all your runs, and it's your easy conversational pace. And zones 4 and 5 are your threshold / intense workout effort. You'll want to figure out quite early into your running journey what your cruise pace feels like, and you'll want to stay there to build some leg durability. Again, you should easily be able to maintain a conversation without feeling like you're gasping for air. And it sounds super obvious, but the more you continue to run and become fitter, your cruising pace will also begin to elevate. So a pace which feels hard today won't feel as hard 6 months down the line. I'd like to reiterate that I feel like I could speak for days when it comes to things you should consider before or during your running journey, but I'd like to leave that for a future video should you guys wish to see. On that note, if you're still with me at this point in the video, a massive thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of Move More. And so with that, I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye bye.